Well folks, it's been a while since I last did a video, and I got a lot of stuff that's happened. Haven't had a lot of time to do videos on it though, so I'm gonna be doing a spring update today and see if I can run over some stuff. So to start off with, as you can see here, we have the newest four-wheel drive that I'm building, and it hasn't come that far yet. I did get the engine mounted without the planetaries, and I'm in the process of building the center joint now. I got a lot of the pieces cut out for it and everything, so I started jigging them up, that way I can weld them. So that'll hopefully be coming along, and I also have a piston for the steering that came out of a wheel horse, so I'll be using that for the hydraulic steering. So I got a video coming on this. I've been piecing it together as I've been working on it, so hopefully that'll be coming up soon. And along with that, I also traded some work on a Gravelys for a leaf-away attachment, which I thought was pretty cool. So I got all the parts there, along with all the other stuff, the piping and whatnot. And I also have the original bag out here, which I have yet to take it out to take a look at it, but I was told that it's in very good shape, so I'll be pulling that out at some point. And yesterday, I ended up going to buy a bunch of tractors. I picked up a commercial 12 Gravelys, a wheel horse parts tractor, and this Case 210, which is belt driven. It doesn't have the hydraulic transmission on it. Hydraulic drive. 10 horse Kohler K241, runs really nice. It's got the 45-inch deck on it, and I'm debating on selling this one because I'll show you guys I ended up getting another case, which is out back, which is a 446, which is a real big one, which is cool. So got that. And this is the commercial 12, so it's not in too bad a shape. It's got the dual wheels. I'll be pulling those off and giving it a power wash. And along with that, also ended up switching over the wheel horse loader to our C125. So this is going to be going up for sale. Going to be selling this because this has got the good rear end in it. So this is the other case tractor that I bought. This is the 446. It's a 1980. I bought this with the 48-inch single-stage snowblower and a 40-inch mower deck. It's got an 18-horse Onan engine in it. It's a B48. So someone must have swapped out the original 16 at one point, or it got an engine swapped done at the dealer or something like that. So it was always garage kept. It's in really nice shape. Someone made a rack for the back. I got suitcase weights for it that they left on it. Chains. It does need a little bit of work. The shifting lever slips out of gear, so that's got to be fixed. The steering is really sloppy. It's got a lot of play in it, and the gears have been skipping a little underneath. I also bought for those of you who know these tractors, you need a holding valve to keep this thing from freewheeling down the hill, so it's going to be replacing, I don't know if you can see it, that control valve. I just bought it off eBay this morning, so I can install that. That way I'm not rolling down all the hills up here. But see if I can give it a quick startup. I probably haven't ran it in the last week or so, so hopefully it'll fire up. It's a nice running Onan. So hopefully as time goes, you guys will be seeing some more videos of this. Now here's the snowblower for the case. I ended up taking it off up here when I got it. Single stage, rolls over really nice, all smooth and everything. The chain moves well on it, so it's going to need a little bit of work before I put it into service. The cutting edge has to be redone, and you can see the auger and everything has been wiped a few times against some stuff, but we can always fix that easily enough. And for those of you who remember, the off-road tractor kind of dropped off of YouTube after I built it. I have been working on it slowly, getting it all ready. As you can see, it has the fenders on the back. I put a belt guard on this side. It's got a better muffler on it. This came off of a Honda riding tractor. I just welded on a nipple to it so I can put it on. Nice and quiet now. I got another gas tank for it from a wheel horse I'll be putting on, so it'll have a nice big tank. It's got the skinny tires on it, nice big ag tires for lots of traction, which really helps. I also welded on these bars onto the back, so that way I can get yanked out of areas if I ever get stuck, and for a good bumper too. So I got one on the back, and I got one welded onto the front. The engine, I ended up switching out the shroud with the old one. I fixed that. I cut it off right here and built a whole new bottom for it. Got another air cleaner, made a little toolbox, so that way I can keep my pull cord, and there's some wrenches and hardware in there for when you're out in the woods. So it has come a long way. Got another seat on it. I have to raise up the seat because it is sitting a little bit low. And I also have to figure out if I can get some brakes on it too, whether it's going to be another pedal on that side or whether it's a lever somewhere in here that you can grab and brake with it, because it really needs them with all these hills around here. So hopefully I can get this to the farm across town with my friend and see if he can get some videos of me going through the woods with it, because it actually does pretty well in the mud and the river they got down there. So as for the Gravelys stuff this year, I have been slowly trying to sell off some parts and tractors. I got a couple L's that are on Craigslist right now. And along with the commercial 12 in the case yesterday, I brought home some more L stuff. I got a parts transmission here with magneto, good tires, the old Goodyears on them, set of shifter rods with the wooden handles, and I got more sickle bar parts now that I know what to do with. A couple of cutter heads, which these are in pretty tough shape. All these clips are bent over. And a couple of 2-inch knives, heads with a 2-inch define cut. So I thought those were pretty neat since they're all still intact and everything. And the tractor, got this too. It's a 1951L. Serial number is 63587. And it has the steel gear reduction wheels with the paddles on it, compared to my other one, which had the pieces of angle iron clamped down to it. So I thought those were pretty cool, but I'm probably going to end up parting this tractor out. It's in really tough shape to get going again. It's got a snapped handlebar, snapped intake manifold. The throttle shaft and the carburetor has been wiped out of it. The jug is in pretty tough shape where the head mounts on. Usually you can save it, but there's a pretty good sized chunk missing where the bolt goes, so it's pretty tough. It does have a nice exhaust manifold though, so that's definitely a plus. And a good magneto from the looks of it, oil bath air cleaner, and the oil filter. Someone added on this neat oil pressure gauge to the end of it, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I'll be parting this one out just to get rid of it. I can always use the parts, it's always not a problem. And someone shot through this tank too, which I thought was kind of funny. It's like a 22, and then it ended up pinging off the other side here, if you can see the dimple right there. So probably still inside the tank more than likely. So I look inside, it's all rusty, it's no good. But that's the latest Gravelys haul for tractors, and this is just an update I wanted to give you guys, because I know I haven't put out a video for a bit. And when I get the valve in for the case, hopefully I can have a video on installing that, and then I can get that tractor back up and going again, because it is a nice one. I'd like to start using it some more. But apart from that, folks, there you have it. It's just a short spring update.